That is Lee. She's a printmaker, illustrator, an all-round creative person. She works from her home studio in Cornwall, where she designs, creates, and makes a range of products. Her passions are horse riding, playing with her kids and family, and of course, drawing. She sells her products under her brand name, Bonbi Forest. And today I get to chat with her about running a business, her inspiration and motivation, and being consistent. I'm Mel Chadwick. This is Episode 1. Welcome to Creative Conversations. So, Lee, how would you describe your business?
It's kind of a bit of everything creative. I make illustrations, I do jewellery design, I handprint scarves. What else do I do? Bit of everything.
Yeah, you do a lot of different products, don't you?
Yeah,
And they're just so lovely and fresh and vibrant. So I want to know, how did you start your business?
A long time ago. About 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'd finished my degree in fine art painting, and I was a bit skint and a bit stuck of what to buy people for Christmas. So I decided I'm going to make some t-shirt designs. I'm going to put my artwork on some t-shirts and give them to people as gifts. And it kind of gave me a light bulb moment, and that was it. I just thought, I can do this. I'm going to make things and sell them, and that's how I'm going to make my fortune. And it just started from there. So I originally started with hand printing t-shirts, stenciling them, and then I had to teach myself how to screen print.
Yeah.
And then it just snowballed, and then I looked into doing jewellery and put my work onto jewellery. But originally it was all done with vintage beads and colours, more about the colour and the textures than the imagery. And then it's just gone from there and just changed a lot over the years.
Now you've got, your name is Bonbi Forest, and it would be really interesting to hear how you came up with that name.
Forest is an anagram of Foster, which is part of my surname, and Bonbi was originally the original name I wanted to call business was Bonjour Bird, which I thought, that sounds a bit twee. I'm not sure if I'm going to like it when I'm older. So I just shortened it to Bonbi, and I thought it can be a person or a place or or a design name or something like that, and it just worked. And I stuck with it.
I really think it's such a catchy name, and it's quite important actually for, I think, a business when they start out to actually have a name that people can relate to, or it tells a little bit of your story, or there's something in it, where you're in it. And
that's where the anagram came. My dad actually came up with that. He said, well, Forest is an anagram of Foster, don't you? Oh, hang on, can use that.
Yeah, it really works. And definitely, like you say, 12 years on,
it's stuck.
It's still fresh, and
I've had moments where I wanted to get rid of it, and I thought I should just go with my name. But actually, I think now it's known as my brand, and I can do other stuff under my own name. So I'm kind of it works. And it's staying.
So you've talked about that you do a lot of different products. So Lee screen prints. She designs and make jewellery. But how do you actually start getting that idea? Like, how does it happen? What is the process?
The seeds of an idea are quite, they're quite elusive. I see something, just maybe a colour combination or something I like, I think, I'd like to draw that, and then it goes from there. And then I'll often put together a mood board. I sort of Pinterest quite avidly, and then I'll pick bits that kind of go with the theme I've got going in my head, and I'll mood board them, and then I'll draw colours from that, and then imagery, and then I'll just sketch and I'll just draw stuff and see where it goes and what I come up with. And quite often the theme I've originally thought of will morph and change into something completely different by the time I've actually got around to making the products. So yeah, it's quite an evolution. But yeah, it will start with something I think I want to draw that, or that's a good idea. I like that quote. Can I use that?
And what's the timeline?
Quite a long time. It's the seeds of an idea tend to start probably about 4 months before I'll actually see a finished product from anything, because I'll sit and sketch and I'll mull it over and I'll think about it while I'm doing other work, and then if I get time I'll do some finished drawings and then work towards building up the collection. I'll sit down and draw, sketch out the products I'd like to do, what I'd like to make, and then the manufacturers, if I'm going to do pins or an enamel piece, that's the lead time on that is about 4 or 5 weeks. So
right. Yeah. I mean, 4 months is still quite a short period of time.
So, yeah.
And you managed to launch, 3 or 4 collections in a year. Every time I look at your Instagram account, you see something fresh or see something new, and you must be feels like you're working away on ideas.
Constantly thinking of new things. And if I'm working on one collection, as that's coming to an end, I'll be starting to think of the next one. So they overlap a bit. And often they'll feed into each other as well, and I think, well, I can't do something too similar, but I really like this idea and I don't want to sit on it too long because the excitement might go from it.
And that's another thing I want to talk about is, how do you market what you do?
At the moment, I used to have a PR company who worked for me. This is before social media and Instagram really took off, and it was useful. It was very useful. But as times changed, I felt like I could do more myself. So now I've worked on building my email newsletter subscribers list, because I've got people then. I've got their email address. I can send stuff to them.
And I'm on that list.
Are you on it? Oh, good. Well, that's good to hear.
You send out these newsletters, quite regularly.
Yeah, sporadically.
But they're really lovely to receive. They've got your new product. They've got things that you're working on.
Yeah.
You have a really nice tone.
Oh, thank you.
Of, how you speak to people. So,
well,
do you think that's an important thing?
I think so. Yeah, definitely. You've got to put yourself across in your work, I think, and in all your communications as well. It's got to be consistent.
Well, how important is it to communicate?
Very important. Yeah, it's something I've had to work on a lot over the years. I don't feel like it's come completely naturally. I've had to I've just been, and the best advice is just be yourself. So I tried to be myself. But yeah, I used to use a lot of exclamation marks. I could just tone that down a bit. Trying so hard. But yeah, I think it's important to have consistency across social media, across your email newsletter, and just keep your voice the same, so people know what they're getting, really. And I think, don't bring your bad days to Instagram.
That's a good bit of advice, actually. Yeah, because sometimes you're reading people's posts and they're really going off on it.
Oh, yeah. What a mood hoover.
which I think is all right from time to time, but you do have to be aware of, I guess, what kind of front you're giving. And
I've got a personal account as well, so it might be a bit more
down
on that.
I think that is a good idea, actually, to maybe have sometimes a separate account, like a business account, especially if it's a lot about products and what you're making, and people are really just following you because they're interested in the art that you're making, and they like to see inside your studio and hear about your process.
Exactly, they don't want to see pictures of my children doing handstands on the beach.
But if they do,
they can watch my stories.
Which is good, isn't it? And that's another thing, like Instagram for you. Do you think that's the platform that you use the most?
Definitely. It's so, because it's so visual, and it's so it's instant, isn't it? You put stuff up and people can see it and like it, and but it's a good way of communicating visual ideas to people too, because a lot of people don't read captions. I found in the early days I did use Twitter quite a lot, but I'd never read anyone else's stuff because I didn't really, and if I did, I just found myself sucked down a Twitter wormhole, and I think it's such a waste of time.
That is true, actually. I find Twitter, you're just talking at people, Whereas I think with Instagram, and especially with stories, you're able to like really engage with people.
Yeah, you can have much more of a conversation, which I really like.
Yeah.
And you can talk about things in the image as well, and your image can tell a story too, which I think is really valuable.
Yeah.
But
you design and make a lot of different products, but you also work as an illustrator as well.
Yeah, there's something I've come into in the last couple of years, probably only about 2 years. Previous to that, I did do the occasional bit of editorial or something like that. But this journal that you've got here was the first major piece I'd ever did, and it was through Compendium. And they produce journals and lovely little books and things and stationery. And yeah, they commissioned me to design all the 8 quote pages. They gave me the quotes to work on, and I had to do the cover, and they gave me the colour palette, which was completely out of my comfort zone. The lime green and the sort of burgundy was not really on my radar, but it was really nice to work with, and it was so nice to be art directed and kind of given themes to work on and have a timeline and be paid for making illustrations. It was great. It was a bit of a turning point, actually, being commissioned to do that one.
So is it something that you would like to do more of?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I really enjoy it. And as much as I love making things, the designing and the art making is where my heart is at. Yeah.
Which brings me to another thing that you've made. So your first book, which is called Creative Marker Art and Beyond. Available on Amazon
through the Corto website. They're the publishers, so they can they've got links to where you can buy it all over the world. It's only in English at the moment though, I think.
But it's still pretty cool. So how did that come about?
That was through Instagram. I did the 100-day project. I did a project where I had 100 days of random colours, and I blindly selected Sharpie markers out of my pencil case every day for 100 days, then made a drawing based on the colours that came out. And my editor saw that, and she approached me and asked me if I'd like to do a book about drawing with marker pens. And I thought, great, yes,
so that is just amazing, isn't it? So guys, if you put your work out on Instagram or just show it, opportunities are going to come your way.
You never know who's looking.
Exactly.
Which is another reason to keep things consistent.
But it's really good. So you've got all sorts of activities in this book.
There's a bit of lettering, there's drawing with different types of pen mostly, and also lots of creative prompts, ideas to get you going on a theme. And there's also practice pages you can draw alongside my stuff, mark making, all sorts.
So is this something that you would like to do another book on?
I'd love to work on another book, yeah.
And in the kind of same vein, you know, like teaching something.
Yeah, the educational vein. And I'm currently pitching another book, so fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I'm sure actually it will, go
hope
well.
So, yeah.
And you'll get another book. You'll see more books. Finally.
That's
brilliant.
The plan.
That's so cool. Right.
Yeah, very proud of that one.
Okay, so another project that Lee has completed recently is her design for Oh Dear, which is, how would you describe Oh Dear?
They make illustrated stationery and homewares, and they use lots of really cool illustrators, and it's all very, very like cool and trendy, isn't it? Yeah.
And they regularly run these competitions, don't they? Which they invite, anyone to kind of submit work to, and you did that last year, didn't you?
Yeah, I just had a good feeling about it. I thought, I'm going to enter that. I've got these bits of work, they're just kicking around. I've used them, I released one of the entries I did as a limited edition print, and that sold out, so it wasn't being used anymore. And I thought, I'm going to enter that and a few other pieces, and sat and waited. And
what happened?
And then there was only 2 of them got selected for the top 20. I thought, I was just delighted, absolutely delighted.
And that means now that they're going to stock that in their shop.
Yeah, the artwork's been licensed to be used on cushion covers in the Idea shop. Brilliant. I'm not sure when they're going to be out, but it's going to be soon, I think.
We'll leave all of these links down below, all the things we've talked about, like Lee's book and, places where you can buy her work, as well as these lovely cushions. Well, hopefully they'll be in the Oh Dear shop soon. But yeah, guys, get your work out there.
You never know.
That's cool. What would you say to your younger self?
I'd say don't waste time. I just wasted so much time in the early days, just spending too much time researching and not doing. I think that was my biggest mistake back then. And now I don't have so much time to work because of the children, and I just find that my time is so much more condensed. I'm just much more focused. And I think, well, I've got the germs of ideas, just make things.
Yeah.
And back in the early days, I just spent too much time procrastinating and researching and not actually drawing and doing.
Yeah.
And that's why I probably produced more in the last 4 or 5 years than I did in the previous 6 or 7. So,
it's amazing, isn't it, actually?
Yeah.
But also, that also says to me that you have to be quite organised and quite disciplined in like your timekeeping and what you do, and like, because you've got a family, you've got your husband and your 2 children, and
I do have it all falls apart sometimes, but occasionally I then pick it all up and get back, use the diary, use the and
actually both of you work from home, don't you? So
we share.
You share, like,
share everything. Share all the care, all the cooking, all the cleaning. It's like split 50-50 down the middle, which is brilliant, because otherwise one of us would be able to work and one of us wouldn't. We both run our own businesses. We both love what we do. Both dearly love our children as well. And it means we get to spend time working on the businesses we like, but also spending time with the children too. Yeah.
I was going to ask, actually, how do you relax or switch off? Do you switch off?
Yeah, the weekends. Yeah, the weeks are quite mad, because we're either looking after, Ruby goes to school, but Ellis is still at home, so either looking after him or working, but he's great fun to hang out with. So we go for walks on the beach and we just hang out, we play here, there's plenty of places to play in around here, and we just hang out. That's how I relax. Yeah, you occasionally ride.
I was going to say, do you do horse ride? Because that's one of your passions. Is
I used
horses.
I didn't stop until I was 5 months pregnant with my daughter, but I've not done much since then. Before that, I competed and rode in dressage, and but since then I get to ride every couple of weeks, perhaps. Brilliant. Saddle up, get an hour of me time, looking between the fuzzy ears. So you have to do something completely different occasionally, I think, just to take your mind off it. It's a good form of meditation as well, riding. You're just thinking about you and the horse, and not much else.
And that's really good, isn't it? Because that gives your brain maybe that space that it needs as well.
Oh, totally, yeah.
Because if you're always trying to come up with ideas, sometimes you can hit that kind of creative block.
Yes,
and
you sort of back yourself into a corner where you don't know where to start. I think that's the worst thing. Yeah. But hanging out with the children they're great. So and because we share everything, so we both get to enjoy that too.
Brilliant,
which is good.
Okay, so the top tip is, don't procrastinate.
No, don't procrastinate. Don't waste time.
Just go and do it.
Make a list.
Yeah. Make a list and work through it. Yeah. Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Lee, for
a pleasure.
Letting us come and film and talk. And I hope, guys, you found this useful and that you can go and be creative yourself.
Thanks for having me. Thanks, Mel.
All right. And I'll see you again soon, guys. Bye.
Bye. Is that all right?
We'll just work with what we've got.
Yeah. I hope it's going to be okay.
Remember, guys, to keep creating, keep making, keep having fun. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends.
So the email newsletter is a great way, but I kind of use my social media to help build that list. Should we start that bit again?
Yeah, we'll stop.
My mum's looking after the dog.
Was she quite saying?
Here she is.
Hello. All right.
That's good. She's interviewing me.
Oh,
that's all right.
You'll make a feature.
Yeah. In the outtakes.
Is he not, G?
Yeah, I saw him about 15 minutes ago. He was in the doorway. He's here. He's got his Dracula coat on.
little.
That's my sister-in-law's dog. My brother's dog as well.
How are you feeling? You alright?
Yeah, fine. Am I getting alright?
Yeah. I keep thinking that I'm staring at you. And
No,
I'm like,
am I just looking at you?
oh,
Like,
I should be
I'm a bit
looking.
intimidated by the camera.
That's the one thing that I'm like, should I be looking more at the camera?
No, I should look more at the camera.
This was Creative Conversations, and I'm Mel Chadwick.